Hello and welcome to Barcelona Metropolitan's first in their webinar series. My name is Edward Hamilton. I'm based in Barcelona and I work with small businesses here to help them grow, and today I'm presenting on one of those ways. 4 ways to guarantee greater success in getting new clients for your business. Firstly, I just want to say thank you to Esther and the Metropolitan team for putting on these webinar events. I think they've become very popular within their community and clients, so thank you, Esther, for that. Okay, so let's jump straight in. Turn the page here. So, why might you be listening today? Have you ever thought, how can we convert more leads into clients? Is this something which you think about on a regular basis? Or sometimes you spend too long on new business development for not getting enough of the return. Or we don't spend enough time on new business development. I'm going to use this word a lot today. And what does new business development mean? What that means is we're talking about taking someone you don't know, a potential, into a lead. So that is called lead generation. And then once you have them as a lead, you've found them, turning them from a lead, taking them through to the sales or converting them to a client. That is new business development. 2 strategies to get people who've never heard of your business all the way through to being paid clients. We're short of ideas, or am I doing it right? These are ideas where you may be listening today. Or the last one, it is the crisis, not us. One thing I want to do today is show you that your sales is in your hands. It's not necessarily to do with the crisis. I certainly appreciate we are in tough times, but we need to have that ambition. We need to have that drive to drive forward, to realize that your sales growth is in your hands. Just recently I asked a lady, what is your crisis busting strategy in your business? And she said to cut costs. Well, unfortunately, that is really inaction. At the beginning of a crisis, cutting costs is a solution. But now we're quite a few years in. If we're still just looking to cut costs, we really are just looking to survive by any means possible. Now, JFK has once said, if you shoot for second place, then the best you can do is second place. So if you are just shooting right now for survival, you're not thinking about growth and things like that, the best you can do is survive this crisis. However, if you shoot for something more, if you say, look, we're going to do everything in our means to grow this business while we're in this difficult time, then you have the possibility to grow. Also, your second place obviously is survival, so you have a double the chance. So what are we going to demonstrate tonight in this webinar? What we will do, we're going to walk you through a 4-step strategy to show you how to convert those clients, chance of converting your potentials into clients. A recent study showed one of these ways has improved sales conversions by 80%. So these are powerful, important, and effective strategies we're going to be talking about tonight, so really useful. We're also going to explain the #1 biggest mistake for small businesses and show you how you can stop that today. It is killing business, and it is really quite simple to stop. It just needs a simple strategy, so we want to affect that. We're also going to show you a way to get this implemented as soon as possible. So what we're going to talk about tonight, we're also going to say how you can do it so you can take home something from this webinar. Like I say, I'm hoping this webinar tonight gives you some ideas, gives you some strategies to think about, and 4 guaranteed ways to improve success, but also gives you that sort of sense of let's get going and let's try and make some changes here. So, why am I sitting in front of you today presenting on this topic? So, how I got here to be with you. Well, this is an area that has been near and dear to my heart for a number of years, or actually always through my career, and I call it revenue-producing work. If you've ever worked with me, you'll know that I refer to things as revenue-producing and non-revenue-producing work a lot. What is revenue-producing? It is work that you do that will get you more sales. Lead generation strategies, new business development is revenue producing, because if you do it, you are going to bring in more business. Non-revenue producing work can be a whole host of things, but it's actually things which is holding you back from growing your business. So this today is about non-revenue producing work, a new business development strategy. And in my first job in 2000, when I joined W.P. Carey, a 30-year-old investment firm, so I had a lot of tradition, a lot of history, I saw the value of what we're going to talk today about these 4 ways. I saw them at work in my first year. First year I joined, we had 330 million of assets. There was a team of 8 of us. in the acquisitions and investments team, and our job was to invest in small businesses and medium-sized businesses and corporations around the United States. I was working in New York. And the first year I joined, it was 330 million. It's a big number, don't get me wrong, is what we invested that year. 2000 in the US, you may have recalled there was a bit of an internet bubble, and financing was very difficult at those times. So our product, which we were offering, or our service, became very attractive. So there was a good opportunity for us, but we had to get out and meet those clients and convert them and show them our techniques, our product was actually useful for them. So at that time, I was working under great tutelage of the people there, but our team basically turned into a new business development team, more from an investment and acquisition strategy. And we implemented systematically exactly these 4 ways we're going to talk about tonight and developed new strategies. The end of that year, the same number of people, we invested 1.2 billion. So you can see it as an incredible growth, and one of the main reasons was because we turned into working on revenue-producing work, which was sourcing opportunities. So that's when I first did it. The next place I moved after W.P. Carey is Barclays Capital, where we had actually the opposite problem, where it was just before the crisis when everything was boom, 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 and there was a lot of people around offering the same, doing investments like us as well. So again, we had to turn to converting clients. It was easy to find possible businesses who were interested in financing investments, but it was actually standing out and being known as above and beyond your peers. So there was an area where I focused on a lot, was the idea of converting clients. Then after those 2 times in investment banking, I moved to Barcelona for reasons what most of you can probably understand, and I set up my own business where I wanted to bring big business techniques what I've been using in these banks to small business owners, which we're doing today. This is where I've started my business, and I'm using, again, these 4 techniques to grow my business. And it's something which all of my clients, at one level or another, we discuss new business development, because it is so important for growing your business. Also, what was really interesting, as soon as I started working here, I found out there was the number one business request from small business owners was this: how do we get more clients? This is what everyone is wanting to know and everyone is talking about. So I made it my goal to research it, listened into seminars, spoke to other coaches who have studied it, consulted other people in the industry to try and get good answers for this one question. Because after all, if you can get more clients, you have a much greater rate of growth and obviously a lot higher rate of success of surviving this crisis. So, when we talk about new business development, we're talking about the top line of sales growth. I always want to bring it back down to income, profits, but for today, we're going to talk about sales growth. So let's get into it. So did you know that only 4 out of 100 businesses survive 10 years in business? That is a staggeringly low number. And the number one reason this is due to burnout. So burnout is many things, but one of the one I'm going to call it today is the pain of finding new clients and converting them. A lot of people get stressed. This is the big area of stress, as finding new clients. Obviously, we've just talked about how important it is, and it's one of the reasons people burn out, because year after year they have to continually fight, be out there in a competitive market, and it's one of the reasons why I think a lot of businesses don't survive. So, Winston Churchill, as you probably noticed him in the top left corner there, said, if I had 8 hours to cut down a tree, I would invest 7 hours in sharpening my axe. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So if you get stressed at the prospect of new business development, if you feel too much time is wasted, then let's sharpen that axe. The first of the 4 ways is organization. Get organized, get prepared before you even start. What do we mean by organization? First off, proper organization. Now, I know most of you are going to say straight away, well, I'm organized. I get things done. Well, I want to say to you, look, everything can be done better, and that is our focus about today, is to continually grow, to continually beat the field. Everything always has to be done at 100% of your abilities. So even though you're organized, what other things can you organize better? So when I talk about proper organization, I'm saying, yes, I know we all have a degree of organization, but let's get properly organized here. And when we say that, what do you need? First of all, you need to organize and have a clear and precise step-by-step lead generation strategy and create a lead to sales strategy. If you're not organized and have a prepared strategy which you're going to follow, it's going to be very stressful because you don't know where you are in your cycle, in your strategy. It is going to create more of an issue when you're dealing with clients because you don't know where you want to take them. When you're organized and you know where you want to guide your client, it's a lot easier to move them down that strategy to become a paying client. Other thing is you need to gain knowledge and understanding. If you know what you want to do, if you want to take your clients and there's an area that you're missing, we need to get prepared and make sure that you are able to overcome that. Get equipped as well, the right resources in the team. Time management, this one is a really important one. Too many people are wasting time because they're not organized. Time is incredibly important. So we want to make sure that we have enough time to be able to implement these strategies. Otherwise, you'll have the ideas, but without that organization, you may be doing more non-revenue producing work than revenue producing work, which in the end is going to be hurting your business. Office and team management, obviously, if you have a team to implement this new business development, you want to make sure they're up to speed and to streamline the process. So after that, what is the second way? Once we've got an organized strategy, once we know what we want to do, we're then going to have to systemize and automate it because you need to buy back your greatest asset, which is time. One thing I just wanted to say quickly about organization is when you have the confidence to know exactly where you want to take your client, it actually helps in your sales process because a client likes to be led down the path. They like to know that the person who is selling to them or offering their services has a clear understanding of what they can offer. So in itself, right there, that is a really useful tool, just being organized because it gives confidence to the person who is to the client, potential client. But systemizing, creating a step-by-step lead to sales system. So we talked about having a strategy. Now we want to know every single step of the way and make sure that we can develop a way that you can do it again and again and again. First objection to this is, oh yes, Edward, but every client is different. Every client is different, and they do need a certain element of personal touch. However, every client can be categorized too. So maybe you're able to have a number of step-by-step systems depending on the category of your client. Let's say you're looking for architects and construction managers. Obviously, you can categorize a system depending, right at the beginning, are we talking to an architect or are we talking to a construction manager, and lead them through your sales system. So even though you have different clients, you will find that they have a lot of general things in common and a lot of things that you want to get across to them. So it's very important. Prepare a lead to sales company procedure manual. Write it down. There's one thing to say you have a systemized strategy in place. Write it down so everyone can see, and then you can keep changing it and improving it as you go along. And also include scripts overcoming objections. You're going to find that how many clients do you deal with? How many potentials do you talk to? The same things come up over and over again. So make sure that you utilize that experience by writing scripts to overcome those main objections that you have. Also, this is a really important one, is there's a rule called the 80-20 rule, which means that 80% of your money, of your revenues, comes from 20% of your clients. And 80% of your hassles and time wasting comes from 20% of your clients. If you have a systemized strategy which is organized and you are offering exactly what you sell to these clients, you're showing them what you're good at, you're telling them what dreams they can believe in and the benefits they can take out of their clients. If they don't fit into this system, then perhaps they don't fit into your profile, and that they actually might be that 20% which is more work. So having a system and leading people down and opening up and saying, look, this is what we do, this is why we're good at it, instead of just having an unorganized system where you're taking anyone, could actually help you in the long run as you're not taking along these clients which have taken up more time and less money. Once you've got it systemized, automate it. Highlight the main areas you can automate. Create an automated salesperson. There's a lot of things you can be done without needing the physical, the personal touch all the time. Set up those automations and put them in place. This is really, really important to buying back your time, because you want to, the more people you can touch, the more people you can talk to, the more people you can lead down your sales system through automation, the more opportunities you're going to have for doing business. So strive to find ways to cut time and offer a better service. We need to buy back your greatest asset. So we've now talked about organization and preparation, get a strategy, and once you've got that strategy, make it step by step, systemize it, categorize it, and then find ways to cut down time by automating it. Just these two ways alone can really guarantee to improve your increased success rate of converting clients. One of my clients, Hansel from Basel, based in Los Angeles, who I worked with, we targeted these two ways to improve her sales, and as you can see, it was able to double her sales and increase her retention rate. Her one goal was to get more clients. And then you can see there are three photos there. And the bottom right photo is a photo of a trade show. This is one of her lead generation tactics, was go to a trade show. So what we did, we set up a strategy, an organized step-by-step process that she was going to meet new potential buyers and lead them through. There were certain things she was able to automate, so she was able to hit more people. And just doing these two things alone on this one trade show, she was able to see great results. And she was a lot more comfortable passing on these responsibilities to her employees because she knew exactly what she wanted. She was able to offer them the support because there was a framework which they could work to. Other two photos, there is a business meeting down on the left. You can always organize, obviously, be prepared before a business meeting, but have a systemized approach. Lead the conversation where you want it to go. Even in an informal setting like a networking, with organization, with systemization, you can really improve your chances of success. We go to networking to create business opportunities. What is an example of organizing for a networking event? Firstly, taking the time every single week to make sure you go there. Secondly, having the time of preparation to look through the list of invitees and circling what I call big fish. Big fish are those clients which would be the most probable to be inside of your profile or what you're looking for. So when you get there, you know who you're working towards. So you can look for those type of persons. When you find them, leading the conversation, not just openly, but leading the conversation, maintaining the personal social touch. Do not get me wrong, I'm not saying being an automated machine, but leading that conversation to a way where you end up with a business card, following up with them with a thank you the next day, but also following up with them with a piece of information that you've already scripted which answers where that conversation went, to give them a flavor of what you do. Right there, having a systematic approach. All you did was focus on who you're looking for, come up with a system to meet them, speak to them, and offer them a script follow-up. Right there can be a lot better source of success at a networking event because you've been able to, home your targets and offer them the information that you wanted to get in front of their hands. So even in an informal setting like networking, using preparation, organization, we can do a lot better. Right, now we're going to talk about what is the #1 biggest mistake of small businesses and how can we improve this in a simple sales strategy.